Hi everyone, this is Erin from Jupiter Rising Tarot, and I am so excited. I'm finally unboxing my new deck, which is the Tea Leaf Fortune Cards deck. I came across this deck on TikTok. I saw quite a few people using them for quick, one and done, intuitive answers to intentional requests. Often they're quiet. I'm sure you've come across them as well. I think the Aquarian Zero is one of them. She's pretty awesome. She is a rock star in that she is constantly pulling cards. Go her. So I saw her and a few other people doing this, and I'm like, this looks like it could be really interesting. And it's a little different from what I normally do, because normally I stick with my tried and true tarot and really never dabbled into anything else. Like, I don't read palms, I don't read tea leaves, I don't consider myself a divinator, okay? But I mean, I understand the argument that I am, but I don't ever consider myself. But this kind of really stuck out for me, and I went back and forth about buying it, and back and forth and back and forth, and I'm like, you know what? This could be a super fun thing to do at parties. It could be really fun to do at marketplace events that I do, and even somehow online, a little different maybe than what some of the other people out there do. So I figured I would unbox this for you. I opened the box from when I got it, but I have not taken the cards out yet. I just read a little bit from the book. So the book is really interesting. Her name is Ray Hepburn. She wrote this book, and she is a generational tea leaf reader. So she's been reading tea leaves passed down from generation to generation for a very long time, and I guess back in 2009 she decided to put this together. This came out in 2011, so back that, you know, like 15 years ago almost, she probably started putting it together, and she gives a brief history of tea leaf reading, which I never knew how far back it goes or how in depth it is. I mean, she talks about tea and where it came from. She goes into depth about the history of where the tea comes from and how it got from place to place. And then she went on to her brief family history. And one of the things that how she decided that, you know, tea leaf reading is not easy. There are like 400 or 500 different symbols to memorize when you do tea leaf reading. And so she was like, how do I, you know, kind of put this down on the shelf for people in an easier way to do this, and still have accuracy and you know, legitimacy. And after a lot of work and studying her own craft, she wound up with 200 different cards that she and symbols that she kind of put into this deck, and it is so fascinating to me. The cards are round. They're meant to resemble teacups. The first reading I'm to do with this is a traditional tea leaf reading method, and it is the coming year method, and that I'm really looking forward to doing for myself. Another smaller method is the coming week method, which is one I would probably most often do for people. But I'm really excited to put this into my business plan and to offer it as a potential reading for people. I think it's really cool. So basically, the idea is when you drink loose tea, you concentrate on the events that are happening in your life, and you think about what your wishes are, what your hopes and your dreams or your fears, okay? And basically, as they drink their tea, they put all of this energy, right, into the tea leaves as they drink it. So with this idea, you know, is they after they're finished, they swirl it around, and the seer looks at them and basically breaks down what he or she sees. And this is a great example of a tea leaf residue and what they would read. And in all of this tea, they see symbols, okay? I mean, lots of symbols. So for example, dark clouds, a horseshoe, a wreath, a lobster, a young man, a dagger. I mean, there are so many. This is another reading. And what I love about what Ray has done here is she has given examples of her readings, and so that if you decide to study this yourself, you know, you can kind of have a better understanding. So there are 3 methods of divining your future using this method. Like I said earlier, there's the coming year and the coming week, but there's also the astral house pyramid. She does say that the coming year should always come first, so it's a circular one. And evidently, when I take out the cards, we'll see them. All of the months in the year are represented here. And what you do is you place each card down, right? So you take the 12-month cards and you lay them down and you go on from there. And so what I'll do actually is give an example, as you can see, right? So I'm going to put this down for a hot minute, just so I could take out the cards. Oh, the other thing is all of the tea leaf symbols meanings are in this book too. So I really love that she has done this, and it's kind of exciting for someone like me. The other thing is she included this organza bag for the readings, okay? So it's kind of like how you would, I guess, swish your tea, right? You swish your tea after you're done. So we have 2 packets of cards, and like I said, there are 200 cards. That is a lot of cards. A typical tarot deck only has 78, and they're typically rectangular. Now we do have lots of other, we have circles and you know, hexagrams, things like that are out there, but typically they're not little round cards like this, and rarely, I mean never, are there 200. So I'm gonna open this up so that we can see, and you can see, I don't know if you can, there you go, it says months of the year. So this particular deck, or this part of the deck, has the months of the year. And I can open this up, that would be amazing. Talk about really in there. So here we go. I got this. So we have our 12 months of the year. December, it's me. November. Oh, the cards feel really nice. They're thin. Oh my gosh, but they feel really nice. October, September. You can see how pretty these are. Oh my gosh. I'm really loving the energy from this deck. You know, I read some of the reviews on Amazon, because I always look at reviews and things, and some people didn't really like the energy of this deck, but I can already feel how, I mean, this deck in particular is feeling great, but maybe the people who didn't like the deck, it just wasn't, you know, for them. And that happens. You know, I can't tell you how many decks I've picked up over the years and then wound up passing off to someone else simply because they no longer resonated or they didn't feel right for me. Okay. And then you have the Astral House cards, which are major themes in a life. So here's the Astral, and this is that other reading I was telling you about. I briefly talked about it, but career. You know, so basically you would do this reading, it's a pyramid style, and you know, your topic would be career. You choose that. Wealth, for example. Love, very popular one, I'm sure. Marriage. Happiness. And success. And then we have our tea leaf cards, and as you can see, there are so many. I won't go through all 200, but we have kangaroo. Like this is such an unusual thing for me. The fact that this is a symbol traditionally in a tea leaf reader's repertoire is fascinating, and that it means unsettled times need to plan ahead. Well, how ideal is that for this time, right? We are definitely living in unsettled times, and we need to prepare ahead. So I'm going to put this down. So I'm just going to kind of, we have key, kite, knot. I could see how this could be, yeah, a couple different meanings. A ladder. So I'm also curious as to, like, it'll be interesting to see intuitively how this works. So when I see, for example, knot, right, unsuccessful plans, it's definitely the energy that it's giving off. But for me, intuitively, it also kind of stands for being tied in knots, feeling like you're, you know, being held back, especially by your own choosing. This isn't anyone else's influence. So I find that interesting. You've got ladder, leg, lightning, lion, moon, oh, always a favorite of mine, rat, skull. So you can see how many different options we have here. Oh, we don't want to mix these in. A success. Okay, so I'll put kangaroo here, and then I am also going to undo this particular, this other one, so that you can see some of the other ones. Angel is the first card in this one. I love the art. They're very, they look like watercolors, almost Japanese. You know, ant. What does apple mean? Temptation. Oh, I love it. So they're going back to certain ancient stories, right? Where the apple is people are being tempted with the apple archway. Are you going through something? Yes, new opportunities. I love that. See, I'm really excited because I wondered, really, especially given how I watch so many people read them, how intuitive, you know, the reader can be for the, you know, the person who's asking the questions. You know, an arrow, you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Well, I really like that, you know, because an arrow is forward momentum, right? But when does arrow, I don't know, I guess it would come depending on the other cards. So these are just some of these cards. You can see them. Coins. Money will be coming your way. Oh, I like that. Dagger. That's a little scary, huh? So the other thing about this is it is fortune specific. So this would be something where, like, you know, you are divining. From some of the places I've read, in different, you know, different things I've read, different people who've used this, is that they're very potent. They're often very accurate. And so when you were due, let's say, the 7-day, like the weekly one, don't necessarily expect these things to come about the next week. It's usually within 2 to 3 weeks. So I found that to be interesting too. The other thing, I guess, I'm always curious about when it comes to, and that's why I'm always careful when it comes to divination. People are all about self-manifesting. So many times we are told something, right? We are told something's going to happen, and instead of making changes, we tend to just welcome it with open arms. Whether it's good or whether it's bad, it doesn't matter. People are funny that way, and that always concerns me when it comes to that. So if I were to do a reading with somebody, I would more than likely say, listen, based on the path that you're on right now, right? Because this is a lot different from how tarot kind of works, right? This is so forward focused. But based on the energetic, you know, position that you're in right now, I'm going to keep this out. And another one popped out, and I'll look at it in a minute. You know, this is what could possibly happen within the next 1 to 3 weeks. I would probably do the same thing with the annual one, and because it's interesting. So of course I will be doing the annual one for myself, and you know, I will post that when I do it. But for now, I just wanted you guys to see this amazing deck. Right, and let's see, we have bird perched, waiting for news, package, or letter. That's what pulled for me. And this is true. I am waiting for something. So, you know, again, is this specific? It could be. So let's see what the card is. Goldfish. This is the other one that popped out earlier. Increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Well, I certainly hope that both of these happen very timely and very quickly. And I will say that they are two things that are forefront on my mind. So I'm excited to kind of see how off the bat, without doing this year-long thing, that it's already responsive to my energy, and I am pulling cards, or cards are flipping out that are specific to my journey and my path. So this kind of makes me really excited to use this as a kind of one and done. So now I kind of understand why so many people use them the way they do. So what I'd like to do at this time is, you've seen the deck, right? I'm actually going to keep these out to take a picture later. I am going to offer anyone who has an interest in a card pull, I want you to comment below, okay? If you're interested in a bigger reading, feel free to contact me through my website, Jupiter Rising Tarot, and request one. This, because I'm just learning it, will be offered at a discount. I have no problem doing the year-round forecast for only $20. So if you're interested in the year-long forecast, that is 4 cards per month, right? So starting whenever we do the reading. So if it's now, August is August 1st. So it'll be August, September, all the way through next July. I will only charge $20 for that reading. If you would like the week ahead, I will only charge $5 for that reading. And if you would like a simple card pull, I will only charge $1 for that. So please comment below if you are interested in any of those. My PayPal account is in the description box, so feel free to send me your payment and make sure that you also send me what you would like and what your email address so that I can contact you and we can set up either a Zoom or somehow figure out how to do the report style for any of this. Although I have a feeling this would be kind of simple and fun. So definitely $20 for the year long, $5 for the week ahead, and $2 for a single card pull. Okay? I am really excited about this deck now. I can't wait to play with it. I am going to put it in my organza bag because I am going to get ready to do my own reading. Here it is. And I'm going to put these to the side. And thank you so much for coming and checking out my unboxing of the Tea Leaf Fortune cards. I hope to hear from you. Comment below if you have any questions or interest. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.